Hello friends, today we will talk about intermediate filaments and microtubules, and the main objectives of today's deliberation are to understand the intermediate filaments. We will also try to explain about structure and organization of microtubules, and finally we will try to know about the cilia and flagella. So first and foremost, concept of intermediate filaments. Intermediate filaments have diameters between 8 and 11 nanometer, which is intermediate between the diameters of the two other principal elements of the cytoskeleton, that is actin filaments and microtubules. Intermediate filaments are composed of a variety of proteins that are expressed in different types of cells. Types first and second consisted of two groups of keratins, each consisting of about 15 different proteins, which are expressed in epithelial cells. Each type of epithelial cell synthesizes at least one type first and one type second keratin, which copolymerize to form filaments. Some type first and type second keratins, called hard keratins, are used for production of structures such as hair, nails and horns. The type third intermediate filament proteins include vimentin, which is found in several different kinds of cells, including fibroblasts, smooth muscle cells, and white blood cells. Another type third protein, that is desmin, is specifically expressed in muscle cells, where it connects the Z discs of individual contractile elements. A third type intermediate filament protein is specifically expressed in glial cells, and a fourth is expressed in neurons of the peripheral nervous system. The type 4th intermediate filament proteins include the three neurofilament proteins. These proteins form the major intermediate filaments of many types of mature neurons. They are particularly abundant in the axons of motor neurons and are thought to play a critical role in supporting these long, thin processes, which can extend more than a meter in length. Another type 4th protein is expressed at an earlier stage of neuron development prior to expression of the neurofilament proteins. The type 5th intermediate filament proteins are the nuclear lamins, which are found in most eukaryotic cells. The nestins, the type 6 intermediate filament, are expressed during embryonic development in several types of stem cells. They differ from other intermediate filaments in that they only polymerized if other intermediate filaments are present in the cell. Nestins are sometimes classified as another type 4th rather than a 6th intermediate filament. Now friends, we will study about assembly of intermediate filaments. The first stage of filament assembly is the formation of dimers, in which the central rod domains of two polypeptide chains are wound around each other in a coiled structure similar to that found by myosin second heavy chains. The dimers of cytoskeletal intermediate filaments then associate in a staggered antiparallel fashion to form tetramers, which can assemble end-to-end to form protofilaments. A common step is the interaction of approximately 8 protofilaments wound around each other in a rope-like structure. Because they are assembled from antiparallel tetramers, both ends of intermediate filaments are equivalent. Consequently, in contrast to actin filaments and microtubules, intermediate filaments are apolar, that they do not have distinct plus and minus ends. Filament assembly requires interaction between specific types of intermediate filament proteins. For example, keratin filaments are always assembled from heterodimers containing one type first and one type second polypeptide. In contrast, the third type proteins can assemble into filaments containing only a single polypeptide, for example vimentin, or consisting of two different type third proteins, for example vimentin plus desmin. The third type protein do not, however, form copolymers with the keratins. Among the type 4 proteins, an internexin can assemble into filaments by itself, whereas the three neurofilament proteins copolymerize to form heteropolymers. Now the intracellular organization of intermediate filaments. Intermediate filaments form an elaborate network in the cytoplasm of most cells, extending from a ring surrounding the nucleus to the plasma membrane. Intermediate filaments are generally more stable than actin filaments or microtubules and do not exhibit the dynamic behavior associated with these other elements of the cytoskeleton. Intermediate filament proteins are frequently modified by phosphorylation, which can regulate their assembly and disassembly within the cell. Now friends, we will study about the functions of keratins and neurofilaments. Intermediate filaments have long been thought to provide structural support to the cell. Direct evidence for their functions has only recently been found. Cytoplasmic intermediate filaments such as vimentin are also phosphorylated, which can lead to their disassembly and reorganization in dividing or migrating cells. Two types of intermediate filaments, that is desmin and neurofilaments, played specialized roles in muscle and nerve cells. Desmin connects the individual actin-myosin assemblies of muscle cells both to one another and to the plasma membrane, thereby making the actions of individual contractile elements. Neurofilaments are the major intermediate filaments in most mature neurons. They are particularly abundant in the long axons of motor neurons, where they appear to be anchored to actin filaments and microtubules by neural members of the plankin family. Neurofilaments are thought to play an important role in providing mechanical support and stabilizing other elements of the cytoskeleton in these long, thin extensions of nerve cells. Now we will talk about microtubules. Microtubules, the third principal component of the cytoskeleton, are rigid hollow rods approximately 25 nanometer in diameter. Microtubules are dynamic structures that undergo continual assembly and disassembly within the cell. They function both to determine cell shape and in a variety of cell movements, including some forms of cell locomotion, the intracellular transport of organelles, and the separation of chromosomes during mitosis. Now, the structure and dynamic organization of microtubules. Microtubules are composed of a single type of globular protein called tubulin. The building blocks of microtubules or tubulin dimers consisting of two closely related 55 kilodalton polypeptides, alpha tubulin and beta tubulin. A third type tubulin called gamma tubulin is concentrated in the centrosome, where it plays a critical role in initiating microtubule assembly. Tubulin dimers polymerize to form microtubules, which generally consist of 13 linear protofilaments assembled around a hollow core. The protofilaments, which are composed of head-to-tail arrays of tubulin dimers, are arranged in parallel. Microtubules, like actin filaments, are polar structures with two distinct ends, a fast-growing plus end and a slow-growing minus end. This polarity is an important consideration in determining the direction of movement along microtubules, just as the polarity of actin filaments defines the direction of myosin movement. Tubulin dimers can depolymerize as well as polymerized, and microtubules can undergo rapid cycles of assembly and disassembly. Both alpha and beta tubulin bind GTP, which functions analogously to the ATP bound to actin to regulate polymerization. Like actin filaments, microtubules undergo treadmilling, a dynamic behavior in which tubulin molecules bound to GDP are continually lost from the minus end and replaced by the addition of tubulin molecules bound to GDP to the plus end of the same microtubule. Rapid turnover of microtubules is particularly critical for the remodeling of the cytoskeleton that occurs during mitosis. Because of the central role of microtubules in mitosis, drugs that affect microtubule assembly are useful not only as experimental tools in cell biology, but also in the treatment of cancer. Colchicine and Colisomid are examples of commonly used experimental drugs that bind tubulin and inhibit microtubule polymerization, which in turn blocks mitosis. Two related drugs, that is vincristine and vinblastine, are used in cancer chemotherapy because they selectively inhibit rapidly dividing cells. Another useful drug, that is Taxol, stabilizes microtubules rather than inhibiting their assembly. Such stabilization also blocks cell division, and Taxol is used as an anti-cancer agent as well as an experimental tool. In animal cells, most microtubules extend outward from the centrosome, which is located adjacent to the nucleus near the center of interface, that is non-dividing cells. During mitosis, microtubules similarly extend outward from duplicated centrosomes to form the mitotic spindle, which is responsible for the separation and distribution of chromosomes to daughter cells. The centrosome thus plays a key role in determining the intracellular organization of microtubules. Microtubules grow by the addition of tubulin to their plus ends, which extend outward from the centrosome toward the cell periphery. So, the role of the centrosome is to initiate microtubule growth. The key protein in the centrosome is gamma tubulin, a minor species of tubulin first identified in fungi, which nucleates assembly of microtubules. Gamma tubulin is associated with 8 or more other proteins in a ring-shaped structure called the gamma tubulin ring complex. Microtubules can be released from the microtubule organizing center to organize elsewhere in the cell. This is especially evident in polarized epithelial cells or nerve cells as well as in plant root cells during growth of root hairs. Cells can initiate microtubules in the absence of a centrosome because gamma tubulin is also found in the cytosol, and in plant cells gamma tubulin is concentrated at the periphery of the nucleus. The centrosomes of most animal cells contain a pair of centrioles oriented perpendicular to each other and surrounded by amorphous pericentriolar material. The centrioles are cylindrical structures based on 9 triplets of microtubules, similar to the basal bodies of cilia and flagella. Centrioles are necessary to form basal bodies, that is cilia and flagella, and play a poorly understood role in coordinating the cell cycle. Centrioles are complex structures with a clear polarity, a cartwheel-like protein structure at one end and numerous extensions into the centrosome. The extensions are thought to help organize the centrosome matrix. During interphase, the two centrioles are connected by one or more fibers that contain centrin, which is a calcium-binding protein related to calomodulin. Now, microtubule motors and movement. Microtubules are responsible for a variety of cell movements, including the intracellular transport and positioning of membrane vesicles and organelles, the separation of chromosome at mitosis, and the beating of cilia and flagella. Members of two large families of motor proteins, the kinesins and dyneins, are responsible for powering the variety of movements in which microtubules participate. One of the major roles of microtubules is to transport macromolecules, membrane vesicles and organelles through the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells. Such cytoplasmic organelle transport is particularly evident in nerve cell axons, which may extend more than a meter in length. Ribosomes are present only in the cell body and dendrites, so proteins, membrane vesicles and organelles, for example mitochondria, must be transported from the cell body to the axon via video-enhanced microscopy. The transport of membrane vesicles and organelles to both directions can be visualized along axon microtubules, where kinesin and dynein carry their cargoes to and from the tips of the axons respectively. Now friends, we will study about cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella are microtubule-based projections of the plasma membrane that are responsible for a movement of a variety of eukaryotic cells. Many bacteria also have flagella, but these prokaryotic flagella are quite different from those of eukaryotes. Bacterial flagella are protein filaments projecting from the cell surface rather than projections of the plasma membrane supported by the microtubules. Many cells are covered by numerous cilia, which are about 10 pm in length. Cilia beat in a coordinating back and forth motion, which either moves the cell through fluid or moves fluid over the surface of the cell. In animals, an important function of cilia is to move fluid or mucus over the surface of epithelial cell sheets. Flagella differ from cilia in their length. They can be as long as 200 pm and in their wave-like pattern of beating. Cells usually have only one or two flagella, which are responsible for the locomotion of a variety of protozoans and of sperm. The fundamental structure of both cilia and flagella is the axoneme, which is composed of microtubules and their associated proteins. The microtubules are arranged in a characteristic 9+2 pattern, in which central pair of microtubules is surrounded by 9 outer microtubule doublets. The two fused microtubules of each outer doublet are distinct. One, called the A tubule, is a complete microtubule consisting of 13 protofilaments. The other, called the B tubule, is incomplete, containing only 10 or 11 protein filaments fused to the A tubule. The outer microtubule doublets are connected to the central pair by radial spokes and to each other by links of proteins called nexin. In addition, two arms of adenine are attached to each tubule, and it's the motor activity of these axonemal dyneins that drives the beating of cilia and flagella. Movements of cilia and flagella result from the sliding of outer microtubule doublets related to one another, powered by the motor activity of the axonemal dyneins. This brings us to the end of the lecture. Hope you have enjoyed and understood. Thank you and goodbye.